With multiple countries currently banning Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and it doesn't look like they are going to reverse their decision, combining this with countries that are currently in conflict and they cannot show the film as well, Doctor Strange 2 is expected to lose close to $500 million from these specific territories. So as most of you know, we've talked about it. Egypt banned the film. There was also the banning by Saudi Arabia. A few other Middle Eastern countries are going to ban it as well. Obviously, China is not a big factor, even though China was pretty big for Marvel Studios during multiple films in the last decade. There's obviously Russia, which is a pretty big factor. Nothing's going to be shown there. Obviously, the country that they're in war with, Ukraine. So there's so many things happening that relate to what is going on here that you just gotta kind of take a look at it and realize, yeah, with the film not playing in any of those places, if it was back to how it was before multiple bans or reasons prevented the film from releasing in these countries, they can make a good amount of money. Just doing quick math, adding up a couple of films that analysts and people online have done that relate to these countries for previous films, from Avengers Endgame to, of course, Infinity War and other Marvel films, the losses could be significant. Upwards of $500 million if you look at the Avengers films. But again, you know, that's an instant where it's the Avengers films. And of course, for some of these areas, you also have to look at Spider-Man, for example. But again, Spider-Man was banned in specific countries as well, not as many. So it's kind of one of these scenarios where I have no doubt they wish they could keep all this money and show the film there, but they made their decision. They're going to stick by it. And I think to them, it's more important to stick by their decision and not edit an entire film to censor it for a specific location. And it does make sense. And again, it's going to be interesting to see what this film makes in the end, and then what happens as it continues to, kind of have its second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth weekend. That's going to be the tale here. And then if this thing ends up passing like $1 billion, which most people believe it will, how much more could have they gone? But again, from what we understand, this film isn't even one of the most expensive MCU films, so it's already going to be profitable. Once it passes that, it seems like 650 to 700 million estimate, which at that point, they shouldn't have a problem, getting to that. But beyond that, it's going to be one of those interesting what-if scenarios, and I honestly don't think Disney will care about it at all. If they did, they wouldn't have made the film the way they did, knowing that they're full well going to get banned. So it is what it is. I guess we'll see if they say anything about it financially, but for right now, yeah, it's going to lose a significant amount of money, but I honestly don't think they care.